We knew Caitlin Clark was marketable, but she's been put over some pretty big names. In fact, some worldwide, huge international names. Two of them being Messi and Ronaldo. So a company called SportsPro put out their list of the 10 most marketable athletes of 2024. Here's the list. Let me show it to you so you can see what I'm talking about here. And when you see this list, fires here. They've got it playing. Simone Biles comes in at number 1. Vinicius Jr., number 2. LeBron James, number 3. Caitlin Clark, number 4. Then Messi. Clark ahead of Messi. So you see the rest of the scroll here. And obviously there's some big names going after Clark, including Mbappe, Ronaldo, and others. A lot of Olympians made that list, which I guess shows you the power of the Olympic Games and the audience that it reaches. But for Caitlin Clark, on a worldwide marketability list for athletes, to be ahead of both Messi and Ronaldo is quite impressive. In fact, the only American team sports athlete ahead of her on the list is LeBron James, who's been the most talked about athlete in America for decades, right? So that shows you where Clark is in the zeitgeist already. Simone Biles, a legend in gymnastics, is at number 1, fresh off the Olympics, so that probably adds in. But I'd only imagine, like the Fever, Caitlin Clark is going to rise on that list when the Nikes drop, when she gets into the second season, as she continues to entrench herself into American sports and then therefore, expanding internationally because she has fans across the world. I mean, she's ahead of Steph Curry. Steph Curry is behind her on the list. Messi and Ronaldo, when you're talking about the world, whenever I'm doing these discussions and ranking these players, I tend to do it domestically when it comes to the United States because I'm doing it on platforms that are in the U.S., but you always have to make that mention of, well, if we were doing it worldwide, globally, you got to include Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, etc. For her to be ahead of them is something. That is something. And I've said it a million times. It's not breaking news. It's not brand new, but I really do believe Caitlin Clark is the next face of basketball. They've been searching for that in the NBA. Who's the next face of the NBA? It's been LeBron and Steph carrying the torch. I think the next face of basketball, period, is Caitlin Clark. And this list only backs up that point for her to be over legendary footballers like Messi and Ronaldo. To be honest with you, I don't know what exactly went into this list. I don't know exactly what the metrics were and how it was determined, but it's noteworthy enough, right? Because those are not normal names. Those are iconic names. The ones ahead of her, the ones behind her, the ones in that surrounding area. And that's the company now that Caitlin Clark keeps.